the fellow whose name I should know, quite frankly, who played Black Panther, he was. You're like, yeah.
Oh, jeez, his name, Jesus Christ. And you don't remember someone's actor's name, huh, Archie? Huh?
Well, it's only because he's a black
don't
man.
make this a race thing.
What? No, he made fun of
No,
me.
we
for not
already know. You
remembering-
always mix stuff into a race thing, you son of a bitch.
I mean, because everything is a race thing. Stop trying to stand your ground, Archie. Jesus Christ. Don't make everything a race thing.
Popular Geekery reviews. Oh.
Hey kids, this is the spoiler half of our Captain America Civil
Police?
War. So, yes, Captain America Hulk Police. That's
Hulk Police.
Captain America Hulk Police. That's part 4, by the way. They're telling you it's something else. They're lying. It's Captain America Hulk Police. But so me, Janra, and Nick, we're gonna
If you
give our
haven't
critical breakdown of this.
if you haven't seen the non-spoiler part, you should probably watch that.
So we'll start off. These are the top 10 reasons why we hated Captain America. 1, no, I've got nothing.
There was no Hulk.
There was no Hulk.
2, there's no Thor.
Yeah, fuck them. No Hulk and no Thor. Jesus.
3, it should have had like 500 characters in it.
We only got 300.
I was bored for like a total of 13 seconds over the 2.5 hours. If they had had 5 more characters, that wouldn't have happened. But okay, well, let's get the negative out of the way first. I feel, and I think we should start with the negative that perhaps bothers you the most, Genre, which is the magical elevator lady.
Okay, all right. I'm like adjusting my chair. Okay. So, I mean, there were 2 things in the movie that really, really bothered me, and this was one of them. So, basically, the whole thing really started was, okay, Tony's at MIT. Okay, Tony's at MIT. He does this whole thing, and Pepper is supposed to come out because she's like dean of MIT or something. I don't even fucking know. It's the whole reason why she's supposed to be there is to explain why she's not there. So 1, that's useless. 2, he's like, oh, Pepper's not there, so he's like, fuck it, where's the bathroom? Because he just wants to like calm down and settle out because he's like all upset that Pepper's not there. So he walks out and there's this lady waiting for the elevator. Okay, whatever. Who cares? Who the fuck cares? This lady waiting for the elevator. And he's like, he's a nice guy. He goes up to the elevator. Oh, here, how's it going? Going up? And she's like, I'm right where I need to be. And she goes off on him about her son that died in Sokovia because he was like doing like, missionary work, or like he wanted to take a year off college to do something good. Good for him. And it's sad that he died. And she's like, oh, I'm right where I need to be. How did you know he was okay, so how did she know he was gonna get sad because Pepper wasn't there? He would need to go outside of the auditorium. When he asked someone where the bathroom was, he didn't fucking know. They could have pointed him at any other hallway. Okay, and then who the fuck cares about some lady waiting for the elevator? He's having like a breakdown. He's probably like, I would just be like, oh, it's some lady waiting for the elevator. So he just goes in the elevator. No, it's so dependent on him acting in a certain way that sort of planning should only be reserved for the Marvel villain.
But yeah,
like,
and it was
the fuck.
It was really weird because it was just that odd, complete random coincidence thing that makes no sense. And it would have been so easy to fix. Because when he was walking off stage, someone could have been, "Hey, this lady from the State Department wants to talk to you," and that would
She's
have been
from
it.
the State Department. She could have just rolled up on him.
You know, and it's just like, and even if she's on private time, doesn't want to do that, she can still use her credentials to kind of get backstage and get access to him, so she can go, "You're a fucker for these reasons" and stuff, as opposed to this, like, him, like, bumbling off by chance, you know, to a bathroom that's near the elevator that she's staring at because reasons. It's just like, what?
Yeah. She's just waiting there for an elevator that's never going to come.
Ever.
What if he didn't go ever? Yeah, what is that, like, her purgatory? Is that
If we go to that
What if
university
he
right
would have
now.
went right instead of left?
Yeah.
Exactly.
What if he just didn't notice her?
It's
what if he-
literally that situation.
Yeah,
What if he
what
didn't
have
care?
to? What if he didn't have to go to the bathroom? You know, type of stuff.
Yeah.
What if he
What
used
if
another
he just,
excuse
you
to
know,
get away from
imposed
those
himself?
people?
He wasn't even using the restroom. He was just trying to get out of the situation.
Yep.
Yeah, what if Pepper, like, showed up randomly?
Exactly.
And she's like, "Oh, I love you," and that would be it. That's the movie. It's the shortest love story.
The shortest Marvel film ever.
Yeah. I mean, that's pretty much, like, plus, fucking, okay. So, she's all pissed off about her son. You know what the response is? "I'm sorry, there was a murderous robot flying a city into the sky. We tried to do our best. Have $1 billion.
But Tony can't do that though, because it's his fault the robot existed in the first place.
Well, of course, that's why the $1 billion.
So he can't even be like, "Well, you know, there was a murderous robot. Yeah, that was your fault too, fucker."
Yeah, exactly. But still, like, you know, it's like, it was just so I mean, clearly she's all pissed off, and that's understandable because her kid died in a fight that really didn't need to happen because he was a dickhead. Completely understandable, even though she does not know at all that he was a dickhead.
Yeah.
There is no way people know about that. No, absolute no way.
I thought Ultron released that in their movie. Like when he was
Did he?
hacking the interwebs, he released that it was Tony's fault.
Hacking the interwebs. Well, okay, fine.
Yeah, come on, Nick. It's hacksering. That's not.
Yeah, seriously.
Oh my
Get
bad.
your
I'm
shit
sorry.
together.
I'm sorry.
I'm done with your shit.
So now, Nick, did you have any? Did you have anything that irked you during the film? Because I mean,
Yes.
overall, all three of us like this movie a lot. But
Oh, it was fucking
Okay.
amazing.
So, yes, I could tell. So it was the scene where they're fighting Crossbones, and he decides to use the bomb vest,
yep.
and Scarlet Witch, because that's her fucking name. It's not. That's another thing that irks me because they can't use the mutant thing.
Her name's Wanda.
She's the fucking Scarlet Witch.
Her name's why they don't call each other by their code names except for Cap, because that's his actual title.
Yeah. Anyways,
like you know, I'm just saying nobody's like, "Oh, the Black Widow." No, it's Tasha.
like, she didn't have to throw him straight up towards the building. Like, I understand that helps to progress the plot line, but it's like, literally throw him at a freaking 45-degree angle away from everything.
I can see it though, because even though obviously they're professionals, she is still the newest of that group of people. And
Yeah, she's been doing it for like 2
I can
weeks.
see her. I can see her panicking and just being like, "I want to get this guy up out of here, away from me and all the other people who are still crowded around, because they're obviously in a small space as far as like there's people."
Yes, but you don't throw it straight up a fucking building in the middle of a day that's going to have people in it.
I don't buy it, sir.
No, I don't either. I'm sorry.
Anyways, so back to the movie. Archie,
Okay.
Yes.
was there anything you didn't like?
No, I'm not jaded like you two. I was fine with the movie.
Fuck off.
Go fuck yourself, you dick.
Not jaded.
Honestly, I mean, like the elevator scene, irks me as well. I think that's kind of silly. Tony, other than Tony being a tortured soul, because he really is kind of, the most tortured soul of the group outside of, Banner, and when you look at Banner's problems, you're like, Tony, come on, fucking man up.
Yeah.
But other than him being kind of like a tortured soul, you're like, he kind of gets on board with the government thing too quickly. He's way too quick to be like, oh sure, government oversight and stuff, and she's like, But beyond that, I mean, I realize we have a shitload of characters and a shitload of stuff we need to tell in this movie. Okay, Tony's for it. Let's go. All right. I get it. I'm fine and stuff. And I think I mentioned in the spoiler-free review, like the initial scene with Sebastian Stan, as Winter Soldier, that mission where he's just basically, shooting someone in the head and stealing something from the back of the car. Because at first you're like, it's the beginning of the movie, it's Winter Soldier, oh, they're probably going to start the movie with a bang, and they're going to show us a big action sequence of him doing some cool spy stuff. Oh, no, that took 45 seconds. He's
just hitting a car.
Shot someone in a Cadillac and stole some stuff out of their trunk, and...
but that 45 seconds, as you stated, is super important, though.
Yes,
not the
totally.
Car killing portion,
but what we're exposed to later on.
The programming portion.
Yep. Showing
how the Winter Soldier actually has to be activated.
Oh, God. Yeah, that was really awesome.
And it's just like the most random words. But if you actually look at each word, it actually has meaning.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, obvious one, freight car. What the hell did he fall out of?
Mm-hmm.
A fucking freight car.
Mm-hmm.
And every other word, if you actually go through them, and I don't know them right off the top of my head.
Oh, God damn it. The review is ruined.
But it actually would have a specific meaning for the Winter Soldier.
And for me, beyond that, it was just like really the only like legit complaint that I've heard that didn't necessarily bother me at the time, but probably the most legit complaint I've heard is, Tony, what the fuck? You dragged a high school student into the middle of a war. What the fuck is wrong with you? Basically, you're all fucking on board for government oversight, and you drag a fucking teenager, despite the fact he is Peter Parker, smart, and Spider-Man. You dragged him into the middle of this crap. What the fuck, dude? What the fuck?
I can explain that. He needed someone that he can control.
But for me, it wasn't even that. For me, it was desperation. Tony was Tony was in a desperate spot. He knew he wasn't going to drag Thor or Banner into it and stuff. So he was desperate. He needed someone because he's just dealing with Cap and the Winter Soldier alone is going to be a fucking giant pain in the ass. I don't care how good your armor is. So for me, it's just desperation, but it's a good observation. That just kind of like, oh yeah, government oversight is fine. Here, let me drag this teenager into potentially fucking getting killed. So definitely. I really dig how they drew parallels between Cap and Peter Parker. It's a really cute, like, adorable scene that shows like both of their like good hearts when Steve stops and is like, so where are you from? Queens. From Brooklyn and stuff. I was just kind of like, and I was just like, oh, that's really cool. It's just a cool little thing. And once again, that helped kind of point out to you the parallels between these two characters as far as their motivations of like, well, I've got to do something. Before I was just a normal person. Now I can actually do more, so I'm going to, and stuff, which is really, it was a cool little comparison between those two if you're paying attention.
Yeah.
Also, I really dig that they went with Marissa Tomei for Aunt May and stuff, and of course, obviously, I know for me personally, part of the reason why the Marvel movies stay good for me, even the ones that are more kind of like, oh, she's just okay, I still kind of roam out of the theater having fun, because they constantly have personality and like little kind of personal moments. It's a really funny situation when Peter comes roaming in, and there's Tony Stark, who he knows because he's a fucking science geek, and of course Tony's hitting on his Aunt May because, well, let's be honest, Aunt May is pretty damn attractive. And
and Tony can't help himself.
No shit.
Plus, he's on a break from Pepper, so
Yeah. And plus, once again, it's like we're so fucking lucky that we have Robert Downey Jr. as Tony Stark, just because his kind of Mr. Charming Tony Stark public persona, which he was using on Aunt May and whatnot, is different from his kind of behind the scenes, Tony Stark. Yeah, okay, you know who I really am. I don't have to be charming all the fucking time with Steve Rogers type of type of deal. So yeah, it's very cool to see an actor like him who can do that nice little transition that's fairly subtle but noticeable. That hi, I'm Tony Stark,
And then he walks into Peter's room and spits out the food that he was complimenting. It's like, I wish it was wheat cakes that she served.
Oh my god.
That would be so awesome.
Eat your wheat cakes.
The cool, one of the coolest thing about that scene was that they did a lot of show don't tell.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's a visual goddamn medium, so they didn't say I built this and I made this and so you walk in and there's a fucking Apple IIe there and he's like, oh, retro tech. He's like, yeah, I dumpster dive. It's like, okay, so he's smart. He's really, really smart because he's building computers out of refuse, out of the garbage. Okay. And then he's like, oh, this is really tensile and everything like that. And then he tosses it to him. His hand goes and he catches it. Okay. So he has super speed and he didn't look. So he has senses. You can see all of his powers come into play when they need to come into play. You can just see him being Spider-Man.
Definitely.
And you can tell, and even if you have never, if you're you were just born with wolves and you're just seeing the movie for the first time, then you can know this is Spider-Man. These are his powers.
Yeah.
They're showing everything.
Plus, I love his observation of your shield doesn't obey the laws of physics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's just he's sitting there oh, are your wings carbon fiber? He's like, what? He's like, yeah, because of the tensile strength, but the flexibility. He's like, dude, you've never been a fight before. There's not this much time. Yeah, okay, my bad. Boom. It is so that's exactly how some stupid kid that's never been in a real fight before would do, because he's fucking scared out of his mind, so he just is a motor
so
mouth.
He talks.
Yeah. And that's one of my favorite things about Spider-Man is he's scared. He is continually scared of what is going on, but he has the bravery to go through with it, but he's scared out of his fucking mind.
It's not necessarily bravery so much as he wants to impress Tony.
Oh, I was just talking in general.
Well, I'm talking about in this instance.
Oh yeah,
though.
Well yeah. I gotta impress Mr. Stark, which goes back to my point. He is totally manipulating Peter.
Oh god, yes.
Totally. And that's part of the reason why he probably went to him instead of Daredevil, because Daredevil would have been good, or
Frank Castle.
Or what?
Or Frank Castle.
Or Frank Castle.
Or
Frank you come and shoot some people for me? Oh wait, never mind.
Tony doesn't want them to die because they would just die. He would take that minigun that he got in the back at the end of the series. Or fucking he would just give Jessica Jones like $1,000 in booze credit, and then she'd come to she'd just be like, yeah, I'll fuck it, I'll go to Germany. I don't fucking care. So,
So
but he can manipulate Spider-Man.
So I also think it's really cool that like Ant-Man, Scott Lang get dragged in.
Oh, jeez.
And I also like him, since he's also new to the thing. He is very kind of like, oh my god, you're Steve Rogers, holy shit! You know, he's just so like,
Hey,
you know,
I know you.
and he's kind of, you know, and he's kind of starstruck and a bit kind of like you know, and stuff, and it's which is great. It's really funny. It's once again it's a good display of him, because yeah, he's kind of new at this, and well, Cap is, come on, a fucking legend compared to everyone else in the Marvel Universe, you know, superhero community. He's
an honest to God war hero from World War II. Damn.
Yeah, exactly.
Here's your shield, Captain America. Spider-Man and Ant-Man. Both teams had a bug-themed comedy guy.
Oh my god,
which was fucking awesome.
Oh my god.
Yeah. That was amazing.
And they divided the female characters up.
Say what?
They divided female characters up.
It's true. The teams were actually really
pretty
well matched.
Yeah, they were pretty even.
Yeah.
And
they all had countermeasures against both of them. And like Red Wing just hitting Tony in the face, which was fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Bonk.
And for me, I don't know if it's in the spoiler-free review that we put up already or not, because, you know, it's not like any of us watch our own content. But no, just as far as more technical stuff is concerned, like, I think it's really great that basically all the actors, even the new ones, say the kid who's playing Peter Parker or the fellow who's playing T'Challa, you know, Black Panther.
Oh, we got to talk about him too.
We will.
They fucking own their roles. Like, boom. Like, obviously, Chris Evans owns Steve Rogers. It's, you know, yes, he is fucking Captain America and stuff. And I feel like everyone really owns the roles really well. Obviously, all the fans have felt that way about Robert Downey Jr. since the beginning, since Iron Man 1, of like, you know, even if you didn't like the Iron Man movies, you're still like, yeah, he's fucking Tony Stark type of thing. And I felt like that continued in this. I felt like both of them just like own their roles. I felt the fellow whose name I should know, quite frankly, who played Black Panther, he was, you're like, yeah.
Oh jeez, his name, Jesus Christ. So,
let's move to the favorite parts of the movie.
We were just talking about the fight, so
we were talking about the fight.
Let's go like talk about the fight. Like actually, like I was just thinking, like the Cap side were scrappers.
You had Cap,
you had Falcon, you had Scarlet Witch, you had Hawkeye, you had Scott Lang, and I think that's it. So like a lot of hand to hand. You had Scarlet Witch, who again is a newbie, but she has like, she's one of the most powerful on their team. And on the other side you have and you have Winter Soldier, obviously.
Yes, there we go. I knew we were forgetting one.
I knew I missed one. So on the other side you have fucking Iron Man, War Machine, Spider-Man, the
Vision,
a fucking super spy, Vision, who is basically Superman. He's their Superman. I mean, except for Thor.
But
anyway,
the teams just matched up. They each had their own like super hitter.
Yeah, but they had the Caps team was clearly the underdog.
For me, you're completely wrong.
Okay.
I respect your opinion,
let me
but
know why you're wrong, and I'll tell you why.
No, like as I was saying before and whatnot, the thing I thought maybe we mentioned in the last one that none of us watched was that the fact that when Cap and his team walk out, for me as a fan, a long time comic fan at this point,
that's right.
It was the first time I thought to myself, "Holy shit! It's the Avengers! It's the Avengers in live action! oh my
Yeah,
god,
that you
that's
did
so
say that.
fucking cool.
Yeah,
know,
and
stuff.
that was
And,
a fucking awesome team.
you know, and yeah, and that's why for me, when I looked at the respective teams, I'm like, well, of course Captain America and his guys are going to prevail.
The best part for the entire fight scene, though, between the two teams was when they shoot Ant-Man at Tony.
I will disagree with you, but please
He
continue.
gets into the suit.
Oh, you're gonna have to take this into the shop. Who's talking?
Tony,
It's your conscience. We don't talk often.
Talked in a while.
Yeah, the Paul Rudd is so good as Scott Lang.
Also, once again, for people who are not necessarily have read comic books, the skill of growing larger, which I think a lot of people in the audience we went with anyway as genre really appreciated. I'm sure that girl gasped again. We just couldn't hear over the rest of the people being
probably
excited about it.
No, I think she was just dead from all the shocks
Heart
and all
attack.
the twists and turns. She just couldn't handle it, and she just blacked out.
So that's also a skill that you have with the Ant-Man technology, is you can grow bigger like that.
Shit, fuck, what was I saying? Shit. Something about Spider-Man.
He literally played the character perfectly. The right amount of
He
quip,
did.
the right amount of just showing what he needed to show.
Oh yeah. This Spider-Man versus Amazing Spider-Man. This Spider-Man.
We don't talk about Amazing
No.
Spider-Man.
We are going to talk about right now, because this Spider-Man was just talking and making jokes and trying to like cover up like him being scared as shit. Amazing Spider-Man is a dickhole.
It's a dickhole.
He makes fun of people and he just makes like asshole comments. He's a troll. And actually they when he was making the when Andrew Garfield was talking about him playing Spider-Man, he actually was thinking about internet trolls. Okay, so Black Panther?
Sure.
Chadwick Boseman
No.
is
Very good.
He
the
looked
actor's
it up.
name.
Now, I didn't really get into the Black Panther storyline of the comics and whatnot. Is his suit fully made out of
Vibranium.
I can never say this.
Vibranium.
Thank you.
Vibranium.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
always get those two mixed up.
Casual.
Yeah, shut up. Is it actually made out of vibranium in the comics, or is it just
It's a
the
vibranium
claws?
weave.
Okay, so it is in the comics that it's
Yes.
a vibranium weave.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yes.
I was wondering that. It's like, did they just do that out of convenience, or
No, I mean a lot of his powers stem from one, the vibranium weave, the vibranium souls, and vibranium, like basically the Black Panther as the king of Wakanda has a full complement of vibranium weaponry and clothing.
yeah?
And it is completely, and they use vibranium in such interesting ways. And that's part of why the Black Panther can move that way, is part of why he has that durability. And the other reason is because of the heart-shaped herb that they didn't really talk about.
Yeah, there is some mysticism involved with it, but they didn't really touch on it in the movie. But whatever, he's getting his own movie. They've got time to do
Yeah,
that.
they're gonna get into that.
They touched enough on the origin type story of how he becomes the king.
Yeah,
and
I can't
whatnot.
believe they did that.
I can, because now in the movie they can focus on something different.
I have a package here for Mr. Stank. Yes, this is Mr. Stank.
Yeah,
I was
right
wondering
here.
how he was going to get in the movie. I was wondering how he was going to do his little cameo.
I was okay with Zemo having a more limited role, but like Vision was kind of pointless. It was just a dude standing
It really
around
was.
looking weird in a very kind of made up. Yes,
In
I
a
have a
cardigan.
tie and and
Cardigan.
He's
Oh my
looking weird in the
God.
cardigan.
Jesus, you're
They should have given
super
him a
odd.
Cosby sweater.
Can you move your seat up? No.
And once
Shifts
again,
over to the middle.
I could watch a road movie with the three of them and a beat up VW. Sign me the fuck up. Sign me up. The three of them just fucking hanging out and like traveling. Do like the Hunter S. Thompson traveling from like LA to like Las Vegas. Road movie with the three of them.
Traveling heroes trying to find America. Oh wait, he's in the front seat driving.
No, Archie. It'd be more like Euro Trip.
Yeah. But I could totally deal with that because I feel like the interactions between the three of them as characters are really well done.
Yeah, you got dad and the two kids.
Yeah, totally.
Apparently, the new thing is mommy issues.
Oh yeah.
Apparently, and that just was like, are you fighting? Like, I don't care. He killed my mom. Okay.
So,
I mean,
it's still a step up from basically women characters just being fridged like they were doing like all through the 90s and early 2000s to like women characters in fucking comics and stuff. Once again, if you're not a comic book
Kyle,
if you're not a comic book person, the phrase "fridged" comes from the fact that the hero Green Lantern, which of course that's the movie you forget about because it was really boring, but nonetheless, in the comic books, he comes home to his girlfriend being dead, jammed in his refrigerator, and they fridged her just exactly.
I like fun facts.
In the Marvel multi-universe,
I have in life.
In the Marvel multi-universe, I think it's world number 3,456. Tony Stark was born female as Natasha Stark.
Mm-hmm.
And ends up marrying Steve Rogers, preventing Civil War.
I think I remember that. Yeah,
that's awesome. Now, is that canon or is that just like some fanfic you read somewhere?
No, that's like canon.
Let's see,
dude, Natasha and Clint fighting was the cutest thing.
Yeah, that's the thing is like, you know, once again,
we're still friends, right? Yeah.
And that's one of the things that just all the little dynamics between the characters, just kind of like Peter kind of like not really understanding what's going on, or like when Clint is like dealing with like, T'Challa before, T'Challa kind of knows what the truth is and stuff like that, Clint's very much kind of like, hey, I'm Clint, of course the King of Wakanda's like, I don't care. Well, like, dude, relax, we're just fighting, what's your problem? Just like
he's so good as Clint. I can't think of really anybody that I don't like the casting.
Yeah, no, it's true.
Like, that's
casting
weird.
for the Marvel movies has always been just like spot on. They seem to have, I don't know, it's someone at Marvel or Disney made a deal with Satan, I think, because I just feel like the casting
when
for
is
Marvel
this train
movies
gonna stop
has been really spot on and stuff. Because like for me, like Paul Rudd, like I didn't like Paul Rudd pre Ant-Man. I was like, when they chose like him and Michael Douglas for Ant-Man, I'm like, oh fuck you to death. I so don't care and stuff like that. But like I like Paul Rudd a lot. So Janra, I'm gonna redo the intro, okay?
You're gonna what?
Redo the intro.
Okay.
Hey kids. No, that's not the right
Stop
energy,
that.
is it?